everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video I'm going to show you my winter skincare routine for anti-aging. Now I have done my skincare routine before, but it has changed a bit and people have been asking me a lot about it recently. So in this video I'm going to try to answer a lot of the questions that come up surrounding skincare routine. I'm going to do most of this video with no makeup. I have a full face of makeup on right now, but you can't really see how my skin really looks and how my routine has either helped or hurt. I think it's helped, so I'm going to go with helped. Basically, as always, I want to talk about what I think is the trifecta of anti-aging skincare, which is vitamin C, glycolic acid, and retin-a. Stay tuned and I'll try to answer all your questions and show you how I do it and what works for me. In this video, I'm not going to demonstrate how I wash my face and how I put on the creams. I've done that in a previous video, and if you want to watch that one, I'll put the link below in the info box. Also, if you have any questions, check the info box first because most of the time the answers are in there. So let's get started with my morning skincare routine. All right, so I get up in the morning and I work out every other day. So if I'm working out, I do my workout and then I hop in the shower. If I'm not working out, I just get up, eat my breakfast, and then hop in the shower. So either way, I don't do my skincare routine until after I've showered. So to wash my face in the morning, I use CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. All right, this is a non-foaming face wash. It's very moisturizing. It keeps your moisture barrier intact. At my age and using all the anti-aging creams, dryness is one of the biggest problems that I have. So this helps to keep my skin nice and soothed and calm and moisturized. I don't use my regular towel to dry my face. I have a separate towel that I use for that, and it's a soft microfiber towel. It's the Turby towel, all right? And this is just a long, skinny one. In the dry New England winters, my skin is so sensitive that if I use my regular towel, it's too rough and scratchy. So I just gently pat my face with this super soft towel. And I don't dry my skin thoroughly when I'm getting out of the shower. I just pat it so that it's still damp. The most important part is to keep that surface water on the surface of the skin and kind of lock it on there so that it can sink in rather than evaporate, because moisture is what it's all about for me in these New England winters. So the first product I apply every single morning is a vitamin C serum. The reason that you would use vitamin C serum, it's a great antioxidant and it helps to protect your skin over time from the effects of the sun. And I've talked in many of my other videos about timeless vitamin C, which I love. This video, I'm going to show you the one that I'm using currently. It is Paula's Choice product, the Resist C15 Super Booster. I can't say that I like it any better than my Timeless Vitamin C Serum. Here's the Timeless Vitamin C Serum that I normally use. They are very similar ingredients, about the same concentration of vitamin C, vitamin E, ferulic acid. This one retails for $45. This one is $25. I'm interested in getting the one that costs me less, and so I'll use this one up and finish it, but I wasn't in love with it. It's fine. If you're looking at a vitamin C serum, it's a good one to get, but so is the Timeless. All right. Well, the other thing that I sometimes use in the morning is a glycolic acid. You would use glycolic acid, which is also known as alpha hydroxy acid, if you want to exfoliate the surface of your skin. So that helps with getting off dead skin cells and with discolorations and overall brightness. It also helps to build collagen. I don't use a glycolic acid every day. I do have one that I've been using lately. It's a 10% glycolic. It's an alpha hydrox product. It's called their oil-free treatment. And this is very nice and soothing. It contains green tea and aloe and some licorice root. It is safe to combine vitamin C with a glycolic acid. I probably only use maybe twice a week with the 10%, or else I do a 20% peel like on the weekend, one time a week. If you're doing a peel, you shouldn't do it more than once a week, and you just have to kind of monitor your skin to see how you're doing. Now, anything that is an acid, you should really not put on your eyelids or too close to your mucous membranes, basically, which is your nostrils and the corners of your lips. You can pretty much spread this all over your face. You can do it right underneath your eyes. You can do it over your nose and chin and down your neck, but just avoid like the corners of your mouth and your actual eyelids. So then the next product that I use is a moisturizing antioxidant serum, and this is from the Olay Regenerist line. This is their Micro-sculpting serum. This guy is unscented. There's a scented version and an unscented. I use 2 pumps of this in the morning right after my C serum. And I tend to not put things in my palm because I don't want my palm to absorb it all. I put everything on my fingertips and I just rub my fingertips together. This is mainly what I use as an under eye serum. Put most of it here. I put some on my eyelids because even though they tend to be oily, they still need moisture too. And then I rub the rest of it around my face and down my neck. So antioxidants are great for fighting free radicals, that sun and pollution and just exposure to everyday elements releases these things called free radicals. They break down the substructure of your skin. They cause premature aging in everyone, any age group. You don't have to be 51 like me to use an antioxidant. I think everyone should be using one. But with all these things, you also need to use a sunscreen. I use either a plain moisturizer without sunscreen if I'm going to then add a higher sunscreen, or I use a moisturizer with sunscreen. And it depends on the kind of day. If it's going to be a day like today where there's a snowstorm and it's overcast out and I'm staying inside most of the day and not really going out, then I will put on my CeraVe moisturizing lotion with an SPF 30. So I do 3 pumps of that on the tips of my fingers. I spread that around my face, my neck, and down my chest, and also on the backs of my hands, all right? Because all those areas need protection from the sun every day. And an SPF 30 is really the minimum that I use ever anymore on a daily basis. So 30 is for when I'm not getting any sun exposure because, you know, sunshine comes through windows. If you're driving in your car anywhere, sunshine is coming in and getting on your skin. And if you're using anti-aging products, you really need to protect your skin because they make it extra photosensitive, which means that you burn faster. And I'm not saying you're going to get a burn from, you know, sitting by a window for 5 minutes or from driving in your car, but it's cumulative damage, and it's what causes most age spots and wrinkles is good old Mr. Sunshine. So protect your skin every day, no matter what your age. If I know that I'm going to be outdoors a little more, getting a little more sun exposure, then I will bump up to a 50 or a 70. And so in that case, I'll put on a plain moisturizer, which is the CeraVe PM moisturizer. Now this is the sister product to this one. And if you get these two, you can use this one in the morning and this one at night, thus the AM and the PM. Sometimes I use this one as my morning moisturizer because it is very moisturizing. These contain a lot of the great ingredients that your skin really needs to repair and protect itself and stay moisturized. So they have ceramides, they have niacinamide, they have antioxidants, they have hyaluronic acid, which is really moisturizing. So these are great moisturizers. They're inexpensive. You can buy them at pretty much any drugstore. So if I do use the CeraVe without sunscreen in it and I want to use a heavier sunscreen, I'll usually go for one of my Neutrogena products. This one is the Neutrogena Pure and Free Liquid. Okay, this is a mineral-based sunblock. So this contains titanium dioxide and zinc oxide, and this is an SPF 50. Or if I know I'm really going to be out in the sun a lot, like if I'm going to one of my kids' lacrosse games or something, and I know we're going to be sitting right in the sun, then I'll use the SPF 70. This is the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Liquid. You know, the reason you would select one over the other is, number one, the amount of sun exposure that you're anticipating. Number two is the ingredients and what kind of makeup you're going to be using that day. So a lot of times people write in and they ask me about why their makeup or their moisturizers seem to ball up, roll up, and kind of peel off their skin. So if you're applying it and you feel all of a sudden there's all this rolling and balling of dead skin cells and the product coming off, it's usually because you're mixing a chemical with a physical sunblock or base of some kind. So, for example, with these two, this is a physical sunblock, which means that sunscreens in it are made out of minerals, titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, things like that. This one they refer to as a chemical sunblock. The chemicals are things like avobenzone, homosalate, octisalate. So it's generally mineral with mineral, so that if you're using a mineral-based foundation, you should use a mineral-based sunscreen underneath, and then chemical with chemical. So if you're using something that is based in a lot of silicones, it's like silicone with silicone. So you kind of have to check the ingredient label and see what's going on there, but that's why that happens. And then the last thing I do before I go out is I put a little moisturizer on my lips, and the one I've been loving lately is this Blistex 5-star, and then I'm ready for makeup. So now on to the evening skincare routine. So in the evening, when I have spent the whole day in a face full of makeup, then I need to take off my makeup, right? So when I go to remove my eye makeup, I use a Boots product. It's Boots Expert Sensitive Gentle Eye Makeup Removal Lotion. It's a mouthful. This is mainly mineral oil, coconut oil, and aloe. And so it's for sensitive skin, which I have super watery, sensitive eyes. And this just gently wipes the makeup away. It does leave a little bit of an oily residue, but I gotta say I don't mind it because I find that oil to be super moisturizing in my eye area. And then I wash my face after, so most of it comes off. Then I go ahead and I wash my face in the evening with my Eucerin Sensitive Skin Redness Relief Cleanser. Okay, this is like a yellowish colored gel. This is also very soothing, very moisturizing. It doesn't foam. I don't use anything that foams up on my face anymore. I used to when I was younger, but now that I'm 51, I'm like, nothing foaming, because all that does is strip your moisture barrier, make your skin drier. Moisture is all where it's at. So I use this. It has licorice fruit. I use a lot of things that are irritating. This helps to calm my skin. I use this with my Clairsonic Mia, and I use the Cashmere Luxe brush head. So that is the one with the longer bristles for super sensitive skin. I have the sensitive skin head and I can't use it as much as I can use this. So this one is great for me. So then I just do the 2-minute cycle with this all over my face, rinse with a lot of nice warm water. All right, so the first thing I put on in the evening after I wash my face is the Olay Regenerist Micro-sculpting Serum again. This time I do one pump on one finger, I rub them together, and I mainly just do it underneath my eyes and on my eyelids, at the corners of my nose and around my lips. So these are the places that I'm going to avoid with my retin-a. So I put that on almost as kind of a barrier to it. I have prescription retin-a, generic tretinoin, 0.05%. It cost me $50 at CVS. My insurance won't cover it. I do a pea-size amount of this on the tip of one finger. Then I go dot, 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 dot. So I rub it around. I do not put it around my eyes. Now that I've been on it a year, I can actually get it up closer to my eyes, but when I started, I kept it way low. I don't put it near the edges of my nose, and I don't put it around my lips. I do put it on my neck and on my chest and on the backs of my hands. Whenever I say that I feel like it has helped my hooded, sagging eyelids to be less hooded and sagging, the initial response that I get from everyone is, I thought you weren't supposed to put it on your eyelids. Why do you put it on your eyelids? No, I do not put it on my eyelids. It can cause a lot of irritation. It can cause a lot of breakouts. So that's why you have to ease in really slowly. I know a lot of people get it and they start immediately putting it on every single night and then they give up on it. I started off using it only once a week for the first month. So I only used it 4 times in an entire month. Then the next month I went to twice a week. Then the third month I bumped up to 3 times. Then I was up at every other day. I stayed there throughout the summer. And then in September I bumped up to every night with the retin-a. Now I put this on every night. So I've had success with it because I eased in very slowly. But even while I was easing in slowly, if I put it on right after I washed my face, my skin was a lot more irritated the next morning than if I waited. So during that whole break-in period, I would wash my face and then I would wait 20 minutes to a half an hour before I put this on. Now that my skin is completely acclimated to it, I can put it right on right after I wash my face. And the reason that they tell you not to do it when your face is damp and to wait that amount of time is really just for your face to dry. Your skin is so much more absorbent when it's damp. It's absorbing more of the product deeper into your skin. If it's going to cause so much irritation that you quit using it or that you're walking around lobster face peeling, looking like a crustacean all day, then who needs that? So you need to get through the break-in period, and it can take up to a year. Patience, 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 because you're going to want to use this for 20 years. So spending 1 year to get up to this point is not a lot. So there's all kinds of different schools of thought on whether you put it on in the morning, whether you put it on in the evening, whether you put a moisturizer on right on top of it. I'm not saying what's right, I'm not saying what's wrong, I'm just saying how I do it. I just put my moisturizer on right on top of it. So that is where I use this Regenerist Micro-sculpting cream. Now, this is great stuff. See, I've used quite a lot of it. I use this every night, and I put that on everywhere. So eyelids, under eyes, nose, everything. I just slather up my whole face, and again, down here, backs of my hands. Nice thick layer. And then I actually do let that soak in for a few minutes while I brush my teeth and stuff. Since my skin has been so dry this winter, the last step is coconut oil. And the one that I've been using is this one called Capri Clear. All right, I found this at Ulta. So this is a really lightweight formula. It looks like water in there. And what I like about coconut oil is that it has antibacterial properties. I tend to be a little bit acne prone, and I gotta say, this has really helped so much. I do 1 squirt of this on my fingertips at night, rub it around, and then I just rub it all over my face. It adds an extra barrier against evaporation, it soaks in and moisturizes. It was developed by a dermatologist. This is free of fragrances and lanolin and toxins and all kinds of things that would irritate your skin. It's also paraben free. All right, so that's it. That is my entire winter skincare routine. Now, of course, I'll have to be putting up a new one in the spring because as the weather gets warmer and there's more humidity in the air, I'll have to change some of these products around. But for now, this is what I'm using. My skin is nice and moisturized. It feels good, and I feel like it's looking I don't want to say younger. Can I say younger? It's looking better than it was maybe a year ago or so when I first started posting videos. So I'm so glad that I started using this anti-aging trifecta of vitamin C, glycolic, and retin-A especially. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, take care. Bye-bye.